What's behind the rise in job-related trafficking to places like Iraq? Because honestly, we all have at least one person who is abroad for greener pastures. But in recent times, we see that more and more people are choosing Iraq. We always have a friend of a friend who is planning to go. I mean, there's a job offer somewhere, a broad job offer. But in recent times, we find that a lot more people are not seeing what they expected. So our focus today is Iraq, where dozens of Nigerian women are reportedly detained after being lured with these fake employment opportunities, fake employment promises. And some have been locked up for months. And they were also the dream that you're going to work sometimes for 2 years and then they will be free. So we're going to speak to those on the front lines, a legal advocate working with survivors and a Nigerian-led team helping track and rescue such fake job victims in the Middle East. I mean, it's become what we call, should I call it underground economy? Because if we had time, perhaps I'll play you another sound. If you listen to the news as well, you could probably hear the NIGHTCOM man, the NIGHTCOM spokesperson saying these guys are cashing out even more than drug traffickers. And it's a problem, he says. And perhaps it's time for naming and shaming. But before we get to all of that, yes, it's the 2 p.m. hour and we're talking figures right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info. On the day that I'm asking, what's behind this rise in job-related trafficking to places like Iraq? Yes, it's talking figures on 92.3 Nigeria Info. My name is Chioma Ezenwafo, and this is your show where we talk figures, business storytelling. Allow me to say it that way. This beautiful 6th day in the month of August. Let's start the month with this quest for money, quest for jobs that's taking our Nigerians outside the shores. And what they are seeing in the shores, they are forced to call for help. And it's a distress call that was sent to me. And I've shared it with you. And we're going to talk about it together with the very same people that has shared it with me. Yes, I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me an anti-human trafficking advocate. He's joined me on WhatsApp. And his name is Damilola Adekola. He's been tracking and helping track and help trafficked women and people, in Nigerians in Iraq, who's been lured this way. He's been doing this for many, many years. And today he's joined me on the show to help us understand what really is going on. Hello, Damilola. Thank you so much for joining me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Damilola? Are you muted? Okay, so can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, so I have Damilola on the call.
Yeah.
I also have, of course, he's the co-founder Hope's Heaven Foundation, and he's been helping track trafficked people, Nigerians who've been trafficked from Nigeria to Iraq in search of jobs and meeting all of what they've met, like you've heard the voice there. I also have a lawyer from this organization, and most importantly, a woman, the one that sent the distress call. She's in Iraq, and she's joined us from Iraq this afternoon to talk to us about what's going on. Why are Nigerians going to Iraq to look for jobs? Of all places, some Nigerians will say. Not me, some Nigerians will say. Yes, welcome to Talking Figures once again. I'm excited to have you unpack all of this with me. Okay, my name is Chioma Ezenwafo, and yes, you get to join the conversation at some point. But first, you can send your messages. WhatsApp messages can be sent to 0809-030-6416. That's the WhatsApp number. Drop your thoughts with me. Do you have someone in Iraq right now How is the person faring? How long has the person stayed? Are you planning to go as well? How did you get these people that convinced you that you're now planning to go? Some people sell lands and sell all kinds of property to gather the money to give to these agents to go. And a lot is going to be unpacked today. Yes, it's time to track this underground economy, like I've called it, and what's going on and what Nigerian government is doing about it. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me on the show today. Damilola, Remi, and Mama
Thank you very
T.
much.
Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome.
Okay, so
You're welcome.
we should be live on Facebook. So we're going to go on a quick break in minutes. And when we return, we'll dive right in. The question, what's fueling it? Why are we here today? Why are Nigerians going to Iraq to look for jobs? And why Iraq? And who is ensuring that those that are stuck there can come back? And what's the economic implication of all of this? Okay. Yes, you can share your thoughts with me on WhatsApp, and we're going to open the phone lines at some point, definitely. But let's start with Mama T before we go on a break. Mama T, now very quickly, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, how are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon.
Why are you in Iraq? Is a question that
I'm Mama
they're
T
asking.
calling from Iraq.
Yes.
We are trafficked to Iraq to work. But getting to this place, things they tell us before we leave Nigeria is not what we are facing here. And when we call this so-called our agents, they block us, they didn't attend to us. When we cry back to the office will beat us and still send us back to where we are working, where they maltreat us, where they rape, they will still send us back to that place. And if some ladies try to run for their life, government will arrest them, we put them in prison. Many of our sisters are in prison. Some of these so-called agents, they do fake passport. Someone like Alfidaz, they call the woman Alfidaz in Nigeria. She do fake passport for our sisters because they ran out, they want to go back to Nigeria. Instead of them to get a paper from the Iraq government, she will ask them to bring money, do pay passport from them, from Nigeria, and send it here to Iraq for them to use. When they get to the airport, they arrest them and take them to prison. Some of our sisters have been in prison for the past 4 months, 6 months, some 2 years. If they want to go back to Nigeria, they will not allow them to go. They have their money to pay for tickets. They will not allow them to go. They will beat them, give them scars on their bodies. They are facing a lot. Some are raped in the house where they are working. So please, we need the help of Nigerian government.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Mama T, that you have to face all of this, you and the rest of the women that you're speaking on behalf of on the show today. So we're going to go on a break. We're going to go on a break now. When we return, we'll hear from the lawyer. We'd like to understand how all of this started. And most importantly, we're going to obviously talk about how to get out of it. Yes, it's talking figures on 92.3 Nigeria Info. You just listened to a Nigerian who went for greener pastures in Iraq to get a job, and it didn't turn out that way. And we'll get to hear more after the break. Stay tuned. of some Nigerians who thought they had job offers in Iraq, and it's not turned out that way. One of such women, she's speaking to us right now from Iraq, and that's what we're looking at today. And just before the break, she's explained the plight of such Nigerians, mostly women, and obviously it's turned out to be a job scam. So let's call them job scam victims, because some of them are in prison and some are trying to come back and they've not been able to. All right, now, thank you so much, Mama T, for joining us from Iraq.
You're welcome.
Okay, I also have on the call Damilola. Damilola is a co-founder of a foundation that's been helping track such women who have been trafficked and helping them, right? And helping them. And I also have a lawyer who's working with him, and they've all joined on the call today. And I would like to hear from Mama T again, just briefly before we hear from Damilola now. Mama T, like I said, we're really sorry that you and all the other women have to go through this. But let's put figures to this. About how many women are affected?
There are a lot of women because there are a lot of prison here in Iraq. Some like 54, other places like 8, some like 30. We have a lot of prison, and Nigerians are all over the place in the prison. Some have lost their senses. They are not in the right senses again. We want to ask questions from them. They can't speak to us. They are hopeless. They are not normal. Many of them.
Not normal.
Many of them.
Okay. All right, now,
Kids
Damilola.
are inside the prison. We have babies here
Okay.
in the prison.
Okay. Okay, now let's look at this from the moment these women are in Nigeria. Damilola, can you help us understand what the trend is about? Why do we have a rise in women wanting to leave Nigeria and go to Iraq? And what kind of jobs are they promised?
Yeah, basically, these ladies are leaving for greener pastures. Yeah. And most times they will tell them some are going there as a carer. So some even think, they are traveling abroad, maybe to same like carer you have in the UK. Some will be told they'll be going to work in stores. While some are actually told they'll be going there to work as maid. We've had experiences of ladies saying they were told they are going to work there as nurses. So you see some of them going with their certifications and everything, and then getting there, it turned out they'll be going to work as shagala. Shagala should be more of a domestic worker, but they treat them more like slaves. You understand? I think Remi is also a co-founder of Hope Haven anyway, and she will speak more on the kafala system, the way they see shagalas. So in getting there, some of these girls are actually made to work for 16, 17, 18 hours in a day. Yes. And they work from Sunday to Sunday, no break, no off, nothing. Now, this is how it works. They are meant to work for 2 years to be paid $200 to $250 every month. So you observe that in the course of working, some of these girls are being raped, some are being maltreated. I remember sometimes in December, I think it was Remi and I on a call with a lady that was being tortured. Let me know is what beaten by our employer.
Okay.
But they never knew she was talking to us anyway. So she was screaming and shouting, dragging her by her hair and everything. So we did all we could. We returned up to bring her back to Nigeria. So this is it. And when you now call the agents of these victims, because they will send them, we refer to them as human traffickers. So they tell you they are traveling agents. That is not it. They are pure human traffickers because they actually profit from the woes of these girls.
How do they do that?
Some of them. Now this is it. Now they promise these girls good life over there, and then they charge them. Some even go as telling them you are going to work for 2 years. Your salary for 1 year you have to pay to me. Yeah, we've got series of cases like that where we have to intervene. Why some will be told to pay 4-month salary, 5-month salaries. So when they refuse to pay, problems will start. You understand? Okay. So because they are profiting from them, so when these guys are having problems, they will call them. They will tell them they should sort it out. That they also were once like them. Remember one story some years ago that unfortunately victims of yesterday are now traffickers of today. because there's a loophole in the system. They see it as a way of making quick money. So I can really send girls to go work there and I make money for myself. Imagine you having 10 girls and for the next month or 1 year, you are collecting $250. So in a month, you are collecting for 5 girls $1,250. You are not paying tax to anybody, to any government. You are making cool money. Like that, like that, like that. So that's just it. So, and when these girls, so another thing again, after the 2 years contract, they are meant to return back to Nigeria, but because they got there on tourist visa, which I think the NIS also needs to do a lot, they should be asking for their return ticket if they are going there. So by the time they get there, they are on tourist visa, so they've actually overstayed in Iraq. So Iraqi government will not say, you have to, here's your work permit, they don't have it. So the employers, because they don't want to pay, they have a way of calling police on these girls. They get them arrested and they send them to jail. So I know NITCOM had actually been helpful on this. Once we reach out to them, they've always been finding a way to help bring them back to Nigeria, though the girls will have to buy the tickets by themselves. Why some are just unfortunate, some have been there for 6 months, 1 year like that. Nothing has been done.
Okay. Now let's talk to the lawyer, Damilola. Let's hear from you now, the lawyer. Remi, you've done the work and help us understand the legal side of this. What's the most illegal aspect of all of this?
Okay, thank you very much. The illegality in irregular migration, like we would call it, because it's not really trafficking per se, it's more of irregular migration. The illegality involved in there is the fact that one, the women are subjected to various indignities and violations of their rights. That's one. Two, because of the irregularity in their traveling, like Martin mentioned, some of them get arrested and they are detained because ordinarily, if you're going to, migration is not a crime.
Okay.
If you're going to migrate to another country, you need to have your proper document. And usually how these agents and these foreign agencies and employers, they tend to cut or bypass the law, and instead of procuring their work visas for them, they just bring them in and then they hold them legally. And so when those ladies get out there, they get arrested because they don't have the proper papers. One, sometimes their passports are collected from them by their employers.
Why? Why do they do this?
It's a means of control, basically.
Okay.
Because they know that once they hold on to their passports, they can't leave. So once they get that control over them, then all manner of abuse comes in. We've heard instances of rape, we've heard instances of torture, instances of restraining people, all manner of abuse, basically, whatever you can think of. I'm sure it's happened to one person or another. Hi, and that people go on with stories for days on stuff we've heard all over.
Okay,
so
Remi.
They hold on to their passport for control, and then the lady has to run away, and then they get locked up and all that.
From your legal standpoint, why is it so difficult to prosecute agents who lure these Nigerians to these overseas job scams?
I personally believe that it comes from one, maybe a lack of will from the agency in charge. That's one.
That's NAPTIP.
Yes. Another reason, because we can't lay all the blame at NAPTIP's feet now. Another reason why I believe it's difficult to prosecute is because some of these ladies, when they get back, they refuse to report it. There was a very recent incident that happened. This lady was in Iraq. She was raped. She was not paid her due wages. She got arrested. She spent months in detention. She came back to Nigeria and we were trying to follow up with her. we assisted to bring her back to Nigeria. The petition to NAPIP and all agencies need help and everything. She got back to Nigeria and she sent us a stinker when we tried to encourage her to show up to NAPIP office to report the incident so that legal process would start and prosecution would start. She sent us a stinker. And that's not the first case we've had. We've also had a case where the lady came back and nothing has happened. She did go to NAPIP's office and nothing has happened. So I think it's from a lack of will from the prosecuting agency and also some of the ladies not understanding the ramifications of what they went through.
Interesting. If we are serious about stopping this, where should we begin? Where should we start as a nation?
For me, I would say that we need to begin to enforce the laws that we have already. I believe that the Ministry of Labour has a way they license recruiters for foreign jobs. I don't know how much of enforcement is going on in that regard, but I would like us to take a look at the laws and provisions that we have on ground at the moment and come up with feasible means of enforcing them. It cuts across a whole lot of agencies, really. It cuts across immigration. Okay. It cuts.
Okay. For you now, let's go to Mama T. Mama T, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. So
okay.
I'd like us to look at enforcing the laws that we have on ground.
Okay. That's Remi talking now. Okay, Remi, I think your line is breaking, so let's go to Mama T and find out on a final note now what immediate help should look like for you and the other women in this situation in Iraq. Mama T now.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Madam. Firstly, we want the Nigerian government to stop our girls from coming to Iraq.
Okay.
We need. There are some people that doesn't know about what is going on here. We want to create an awareness. We want to tell our sisters not to come to this place. Stop coming. Stop coming. It's not a safe journey. They should stop coming to this place. Firstly, and then secondly, they help us. There is no Nigerian embassy in Iraq. That is why we are having tough problem here. There is no Nigerian embassy. So there is no way to run to, there is nowhere to complain to. So they should help us. Many of our ladies are in the prison. They need help. They want to go back to Nigeria. They have their money for tickets. Just maybe they should write to the Iraq government, let them know that there is some of our ladies in the prison that wants to come back home. There are a lot of kids, the babies in the prison. We need their help.
Have you tried to reach out for help? What did it look like? Have you tried to reach out to the Nigerian government for help? What were you told?
We even use our Nigerian lines to talk to the police, to talk to the prison, to talk to the Nigerian embassy in Jordan for help. And they said they are working on it. We use our Nigerian number to message the IOM, and they tell us that they are working on it. They will get back to us. We have not seen anything.
Okay. Before you left Nigeria, what were you doing? What was your work in Nigeria?
Yes, I was selling bags and shoes, and I'm also an hairdresser. So they tell me if I come to this place, I will be doing pedicure and manicure. But on getting to this place at the airport, they took my passport from me. The problem starts. Why are you taking my passport? They said they want to help us. They want to give us a resident permit. They took it from us. On getting to they said they are taking us to the office where they will search for a job for us. On getting there, they will bring us out like a stuff. And people will come to look for us, to look at us. Can this work? Can this work? Then they will be picking us one by one. After then we get to the house, we note that they will just like 3-building story. They will put you there. Inside that you will not be able to go out. You will be cleaning the house every day. No resting period, no good food. You will be there, just be working every day. No a day rest. You work from Sunday to Saturday for 2 good years. And sometimes if you finish the contract, if you want to go back, that is another problem. Someone like me now, I have finished my contract. Like just 2 months for me to finish my contract, my madam gave me my passport and sent me out of the house.
All right, Mama T, we have to go now.
Because she don't want to buy tickets for me.
Okay, Mama T, we're so sorry that this is what you have to go through. And of course,
Thank you
we
so
reached
much.
out to NIGHTCOM. In doing the course of doing this story, reached out to NIGHTCOM. And one thing they said is that it's time to name and shame these agents. I've also spoken with NAPTI, but sometime about the same issue. And they say that it's quite a challenge to track these traffickers because they look like normal people. They look like normal Nigerian people, unlike maybe Yahoo or drug traffickers that maybe live flamboyant lives. Traffickers, they have a certain way that they just blend with the rest of Nigerians and they are not known. And that's quite a challenge. When you think about that, Damilola, what do you think we can do to help these agencies?
Which of the agencies, the recruiters, or
Both
the
both
victims?
NAPTIP and NIGHTCOM.
Okay, fine. On our part, we've been doing what we can do. There are a lot of correspondences we've shared, with them. And then, fine, at times they will tell us, oh, we can't track this person down, we can't do this. And most times I find that very ridiculous. Yeah, anybody can be gotten if they really want to get there. You understand?
Okay.
Like I once told them that each time we bring in ladies with our resources, it's strictly self-funding. It's not as if anybody's giving us any money. So I work Remi as our own personal thing she does, and then, from the little we have, we still go this length to ensuring that our ladies out there are fine. We bring them home. So the truth is, I said, each time we bring in ladies and nothing is done, it's like pouring water in the basket because for every one girl we rescue, the agent has nothing to lose because he has the capacity, the resources to send 20 girls back. So this was why I think once the information are being shared, or better still, maybe they should even call a stakeholders meeting of all these recruiters. Give them rules or guidelines to follow. Find a way to legalize this whole thing in such a way that before any girl will leave Nigeria, the Nigerian government is aware. See, so we have a lot of foreign domestic workers here in Lagos who work in Nicoya and the likes, and the government of their country, they are aware because it's to those countries like Filipinos, Thailand, they are working here also formed as part of FDI. I'm sorry, diaspora remittance. You understand? One way or the other, there are things. This dollar they get here, whatever they get from here, they send some back to their country. So every girl that will leave, there should be a proper documentation. And any recruiter who cannot abide by this, hence me calling them woman trafficker, then you yank them off. They know where they are. They can get them arrested. Another thing again, at the point of exit, questions should be asked. Some of these girls, should I even tell you, some were told they are going to London. When they get to the airport, they get their boarding pass, they see another thing like that. Yes, it has happened several times. So when they are leaving, once they get to immigration, questions should be asked. Maybe at this point, NAPTIP should even have a stand. At the airport, we've got immigration, we've got custom, we've got FAN. NAPTIP should NDLEA, NAPTIP should have a stand. And the moment they feel that this person's trip is not genuine, return them back. It's as simple as that. So when this is done, we might not be able to eradicate this stuff, but at least to an extent we can minimize their trade. And once it's no longer interesting, most of them will naturally quit. Like, don't forget, victims of yesterday are now traffickers of today because they've seen that we can actually make cool money from what we are doing. So NICOM, NAPTIP, Nigerian Immigration Service, they all have to work together. The Ministry of Labour, they all have to work together. And again, we are making an appeal for those girls in prison, those with fake passports, particularly. I know it's more of a diplomatic thing. Nigerian government, please. If you're talking to Turkey government, these girls, they know the person who sold this thing to them, who sold the passport to them. The person who sold the passport to them, and information is on NAPTIP. Then I'm sure from there things can be done. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Damilola, Remi, and Mama T for coming on Talking Figures today. And that's where we wrap up. We didn't even have time to take calls. I wish we had time to take calls, but we have to go now. And that's it on Talking Figures. Thank you so much, Damilola, and all the best. Mama T, we hope you get the help that you need and to come home soon. All right?
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, yes. And that's it on Talking Figures today, right here on 92.3 Nigeria Info. We looked at the job scams and their victims. We had one of them from Iraq talking to us about her experiences, and it's really sad to learn that Nigerians have to go through all of this. And I wish we had more time to look at what to really extend it and even have NIGHTCOM come in and talk to us about solutions. NIGHTCOM, of course, is Nigerians in Diaspora Commission. They've also been giving their own support. I talked to the spokesperson before I came on air, and he talked about their own, how they also try to help sensitize Nigerians not to fall for this. I also like what Damilola mentioned. Damilola thinks that we should properly legalize the process of recruiting Nigerians to go abroad to work, and then it will allow for regulation, it will allow for protection for Nigerians who want to truly do this. I mean, it's valid, but to an extent, how well can we do that? Anyways, that's it on Talking Figures today. We're here every Wednesday by 2 p.m. We'll do this again next week Wednesday. A different way of Talking Figures is coming your way next week Wednesday. 2 p.m. is the time. My name is Choma Izenwafo. And yes, please forgive me. I couldn't take calls. Of course, we had a lot to unpack when it comes to this. And if time permits, we'll look at it again and see if these girls, I've seen about 20 passports. At least I'm sure of 20 girls that are in Iraqi prisons, and we'll see how soon they can be supported to come back to Nigeria. And perhaps even if they come, perhaps be on the show to talk to us about their own individual experiences as well. Anyways, that's it on Talking Figures. And up next is the One Play Draw, I believe. And then News at 3 and Hard Fact follows afterwards. Thank you so much and see you next Wednesday.